Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gauda Padam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam Chahastamalakam Chashishyam Tam Todakam Vartika Karamanya Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidmaram. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. 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 Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padam Bhujanmane Savilasa Mahamoha Jnana Graseka Karmani. On the topic of Maya, it is in the verse number 125 onward, the topic of Maya started. Maya Tamo Rupa, of the nature of ignorance, darkness. And then it is also said Jadam Mohatmakam. It is inert, of the nature of delusion. And we see that the creation, like pot, etc., said to be made of Maya or created by Maya, is Jadam. Ajitatma Gatatinam Yatswarupam Jadam Hitat. And also certain times when we are unable to think properly, that is also considered as the nature of Maya. Yatra kunti bhavet buddhihi sa moha iti laukikaha. From the standpoint of laukika drishti, from the standpoint of common man's vision, Maya is satyam. Maya asti eva. Maya asti eva
Jadarupa Jagat, as a Jadarupa Jagat or Jagat Rupena Maya Asti iti Laukikaha Pashyanti. So Laukika Drishtya Maya Asti. But when we start to think, is it always the same? Is it always remaining the same? No. It is constantly changing. And sometimes it is not there. Science also says what you see is not what is there. Blueness of the sky is not true. Rising and settling of the sun is not true. Though, so you cannot take only the external perception as true. So sometimes it is there, sometimes it is not there. So therefore, yukti drishtya, buddhi drishtya, anirvachaniya maya. Na vachaniya. You cannot describe it as this particular characteristic. It changes. Therefore, from the standpoint of buddhi, or those who have adopted to intelligence or reasoning and thinking and logic, come to realize that Maya anirvachaniya. Sat iti na vaktum shakyate, asat iti abhi na vaktum shakyate. It is neither can be said to be Sat, nor it can be Asat, nor it can be combination of both, because Virodha Rupatvat. Virodha are of the nature of contradiction. So, and also it is substantiated by Shruti. Nasadi Suttam talks about this. From the standpoint of Jnana, Jnana Drishtya, Maya Tucham Asat. From the standpoint of from the standpoint of Jnanam, from the absolute knowledge, having realized the absolute nature of Brahman, there is nothing called Maya. Maya na asti. Purvya api, Vartamane api, Bhavishya api. In the beginning or in the past, present, and future. So, this is a Jnana Drishti. Now, where are we right now? When we take up the study of Vedanta, we are in the Yukti Drishti or Buddhi Drishti. We are not those who take it for granted that Maya Asti Eva as a reality. Then that question, that is what the majority of people think that way. And for those people who are thinking Maya Asti, meaning the world and all the matter world, everything is real, that means for them, the question of freedom will never come. Their freedom is from one state of condition of Maya to another state of condition of Maya. यहाँ से स्वर्ग जाओ, वहां पे भी माया है. यो जब अब यहाँ नहीं मिलता है, वहीं मिलेगा, बस. That's all the difference. भारत से यहाँ आया, क्यों? वहां ये जो नहीं मिलेगा, यहाँ मिलेगा. इसके लिए आप यहाँ आए ना. So what we have is from one place to another, one joy to another, one engagement to another engagement, one world to another, one world of experience, another world of experience. But then when you start thinking, why is that? I am caught as a slave. Can I ever get rid of it? No. So you think that, is it true? If I cannot get rid of it, how do I find my release? Inquire into its validity. Why do I think it is real? What makes me think it is real? One will come to realize that Maya is creating the means to experience it also. Antakarana. By what do you call that? Indriyani. The sense organs through which we are perceiving the world itself is also created by the Maya. Therefore, with its own equipments only, you will see its presence. Yes or no? If the eyes are not there, there's no form or shape to me. Color is also not. So with the sense organs created by Maya, we are judging Maya is. And when the sense organs are withdrawn, it is not. Is it there? Then. So this is the question that raises in the mind of a thinker. So, tuccha anirvachaniya cha vastavi cha iti asau trida. In 30. Trida Maya. Trivida Maya. What? Tuccha, anirvachaniya, then vastavya. Three conclusions from three standpoints. Shrota yokti yoktika laukikaihi. Shrota yoktika laukikaihi nyeya Maya. Maya to be and is understood as by the people who are shroti. Shrota means those who are engaged in study of Shruti or taking the Shruti as a pramana. So those who have taken the Shruti pramana, for them it is tuccha. Yoktikaha, meaning those who have taken yukti, logic, for them it is anirvachaniya. Laukikaihi, what is it? Vastavi. It is so real. So, tuccha anirvachaniya cha vastavi cha asau trida jnaya Maya. Tribir bodhaihi. Tribir bodhaihi means in three understandings. Three forms of understanding. All right, having understood that much, next, that verse number 131. Asya yat sat asya satmas tvamasatvam cha
asya satvamasatvam cha
jagato drishayatyasau prasarana cha samkochat
prasarana cha samkochat.
Prasorana. Is it prasarana?
Prasarana.
Is it prasarana? Okay.
Swamiji, a lot of things are missing in the printing. So I don't know if there is a mantra missing there.
Yata chitrapatastata asya satvam asatvam cha jagato drishayatyasau. So jagato darsha, right? Because darshayati. Like jagato darshayatyasau prasarana cha sankochat yata chitrapatastata. Asya mayayaha Maya tattvasya, to be understood because it's masculine. Maya tattvasya sattvam asatvam cha. Now we are now not those, fortunately, thinking that it is vastavi. If it is vastavi, if it is real, there is no question of inquiry about it. If it is not there also there is no need to worry about it. What is the color of the paint which I used for my horns? No need to think about it because it's not there. What is there is no question about it. What is not there is no question about it. So those who are thinking in this direction are those who have started to use buddhi, not those jnanis who know very well. There is no question of its existence. Why do we talk about it? And on the other hand, the laukikaha who believe completely its existence, they say, what are you talking? It is there. What is there to inquire on this? So those who are using yukti, buddhi, those people start to wonder about this and they want to really determine its nature. How is that, or when is that it appears to be there, or when is the condition when it is not there? What are the factors that are governing its presence And what are the factors that is governing its absence? Why is it behaving this way? So here, asya sattvam asatvam cha jagataha drishyate. In this world, it is seen. What? Sattvam sometime, asatvam sometime. It is there sometime, it is not there sometime. So, it is like, example is beautifully given, prasaranacha sankochacha. Prasarana means spread. Sankocha means fold it back. So just like a picture, chitrapataha tata. Like in a cloth where the painting is, when this cloth is spread out, you see the painting. When it's rolled or folded, you don't see it anymore. So therefore, in the same way, Maya also is expressing certain times when it is manifesting, and it is not seen certain times when it is unmanifest. So it is understood that Maya can decide to manifest or not to manifest. So who decides it? What decides, or what factor decides it? In the outside, we see that it is acting not according to any norms. It is not as though some people have decided to have the Maya and not have the Maya experience. But it is available to, available when it manifests and not available when it is non-manifest. And this behavior of Maya is what is astonishing, mind-boggling, bewildering. So if you are astonished, bewildered, confused, that is exactly what Maya wants you to be. If you're very clear about it, then it is not, Maya doesn't like it. That's why Maya medam taranti. Why? Those who are worshipping me alone, they only come to know how it works. And also, Turatyaya Maya. Not easy to comprehend, understand. So, asya jagataha sattve, jagataha sattve sattvam, jagataha asatve asatvam. Api. When the world is seen during the waking state, it appears to be there, waking and dream. When the world is folded up, Maya is also no control over it. So this is how the Maya works, all right. Continuing there, next question is it doing this independently or dependently? ये स्वतंत्रता से करता है या अस्वतंत्रता? Maya स्वतंत्रम वा अस्वतंत्र वा? Is it independent or dependent? There also is a confusion. Sometimes it looks independent, sometimes it's independent. Sometimes it is dependent. So this is why we have to inquire into Maya a little more carefully. First one is aswatantrata. No dependence. No independence. Not free. It has to depend on something. Aswatantra hi Maya syat.
Aswatantra hi Maya syat.
Apratitir vinachitam.
Apratitir vinachitam.
Swatantra api tata eva. Sorry, swatantra api tataiva syat. Asangasyanyata kritehe. Aswatantra hi Maya syat. Apratitir vinachitim. Swatantrapi tadaiva syat. Asangasyanyata kritehe. Maya aswatantra. Maya is not having independence. On July 4th, it cannot do anything. Or August 15th. So it is aswatantra hi Maya. Why you are saying that it is not independent? Chitim vina. Without the consciousness, can the Maya created world be experienced by you? An inert thing which does not have Chetanatvam cannot experience its own presence nor any other presence. So it is depending upon what? Experience of Maya or Maya's world can be known by whom? In whose absence it cannot be known. Chitim vina na pratite. Pratite. Chitim vina apratite. Without the consciousness, it does not manifest. So its manifestation is entirely depending upon the consciousness. So the world of everything that is there in the world, if at all it is known, knowing takes place only when there is Chetanam, consciousness. And Maya is that which makes an experience possible only in the sannidhi of consciousness. In the presence of consciousness alone, Maya is known to be present. So, therefore, aswatantra, it is not having its own ability to manifest without the support of consciousness. So, therefore, we have to understand Maya aswatantra. Swatantra means its own ability. Tantra ability, swa of its own. Swatantra means of independent of its own, without any support or any kind of help from anything else. It is swatantra. Opposite of that, aswatantra. Now, if you conclude that it does not independently act on its own, it does one more thing. What does it do? Swatantra api maya tata eva. It also is swatantra. How? It says, Swatantra api maya tata eva syad. In the same way as much as it is aswatantra, without the help of Chaitanyam, it cannot manifest. At the same time, in the same way, it is independent also. How? Asangasya anyata kritehe. Asangasya atmanaha anyata kritehe. Because it is capable of making the self which is unattached, it attached. How clever it is. How clever it is. It is making the unattached self, asanga, atma, gets attached. So that is how, because so obviously it is not supported by Atman to do that. But independently, even that very thing because of which it is able to manifest, it is able to anyata krite. It makes it express itself opposite to what it is. Asangatva is Atmanaha Swarupam. The Asanga Atma become Asakta Atma. From which it derives its existence, that itself is being deluded. As much as we have seen elaborately on this point in the beginning of this very chapter, the shell and the appearance of a silver. The shell itself is giving the existence for the silver. Without the shell, the silver cannot exist. Appearing to exist, like a rope itself is giving the sustenance or support on substratum or as the substratum of the snake. What the snake, what does it do? It obscures the rope itself and appears to be it's independently staying there. In the same way, Maya, even though it is taking the support of Atman for its manifestation, that very thing because of it manifests, it puts it in the opposite condition. Swarupa glani takes place. Apparently, this asangatva of the Atman is declined and to become asakta Atma, attached one. This is called anyata krita. The word is important. Anyata karanam, making it opposite. So, anyata kritehe, by making it the opposite of what it is, asangasya anyata kritehe, swatantra api tata syat. That it is capable of doing that also. In other words, as you inquire into Maya, you will get more and more intrigued. What it can do? What is that it is capable of? It, first of all, we do not know whether it is there or not there. It is anirvachaniya. Second is that it is, as it is said there, it manifests itself sometime, it not manifests it sometime. It is independent, but not independent also. So, sannapyasannapyubayatmikano, binnapyabhinnapyubayatmikano, sangyapyanangat ubayatmikano, anirvachaniya. Bhagavan Shankaracharya cannot be said anyway. This way or that way, you cannot brand it. So this being the inquiry into that. Now you see, why it is said that cannot be independent of consciousness. Like that of mritam vina gataha na bhavati. Without the mud, there cannot be a pot. Mritam vina gataha na bhavati. Gatat binnaha mritam va na binnam va. Abhinnam va binnam va. Is it different or the same? And how far is the distance between gata and mud? Now, in the same way, we see that Maya is an appearance on the surface or the substratum of Brahman, without whose substratum it cannot exist. Right? But at the same time, having come into existence, obscures it. Obscures the very substratum itself. It cannot remain without Brahman. But at the same time, it doesn't show Brahman. It obscures it. So one way it is Swatantra, another way it is Aswatantra. Dependent because it cannot stay without Brahman. Independent because it is not caused by Brahman, but on its own it does something of obscuring or avarana, covering up Brahman. So that is the reason why Aswatantra hi maya syat apritete vina stitim swatantrapi tata eva syat asangasya anyata kritehe. So what is that nature of obscuring, or how is that it makes asanga atma into asakta atma? So that is said in the next two verses, you see. Kutastha sangamatmanam
Kutastha sangamatmanam
jagatvena karoti sa
jagatvena karoti sa
chidabhasasvarupena जीवेशो जीवेशावपि निर्ममे कूटस्था संगमात्मानं जगत्वेन करोति सा चिदाभासस्वरूपेण जीवेशावपि निर्ममे. One more thing that we need to understand it. Even though it obscures or does the avarana of Atman, but it cannot disturb the Atman. It cannot change its actual nature. It make it appear as Sangha, Asakta. So, because it does not have the power to change the quality of the Atman or the nature of the self, but it makes it appear differently. This must be kept in mind in our Vedanta. See, why I'm saying this is, in Sankhyan philosophy, both Prakriti and Purusha are considered to be real. Purusha also real and Prakriti is also real. Purusham Prakritim Cheva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi. From the standpoint of Vedanta, even though they both are eternal, but they are not two different things. They are two aspects of the same only. Whereas Sankyans consider Prakriti and Purusha are not same. They are two independent things. Now, let's take an example. There are people who believe in Parinamavada. Parinamavada means what? A thing has become something else and it cannot go back. Like milk. The milk having become a yogurt or curd, then curd becoming a butter, butter becoming ghee. From ghee, you cannot get back the milk. Or from yogurt also, you cannot get back the milk. So that means it has become parinama. It has changed. So if that is the case, it's very difficult now. Is that what it does? Is that what Maya has done to this Brahman? That it has made Asanga Atma Anyata Kritehe means Anyata Iva Drishyate Darshayati. Anyata Iva Darshayati. It makes it appear as different, but not really could make Brahman attached. If that is the case, moksha is not possible. The original and nature is gone. The original nature is not changed. If that is the case, there is no mukti. Mukti is possible because the appearance must go. And here we have to understand very carefully that it makes it appear as asaktaha, attached, not really. But very making it appear itself is sufficient for bondage. Bondage is not real. No, as much as the appearance of Atman as attached is unreal, so too the bondage which is the outcome of that is also unreal. Because from the unreal cause there cannot be real effect. From the unreal cause there cannot be real effect. So the unreal nature of this illusory nature of Atman as a attached individual, attached being, the effect of all that bondage and suffering also equally unreal. But from a common man's perspective, it appears to be true because that is how it makes it look like. So here, therefore, asangasya anyata krite, that is to be understood as making it appear. And what does it do in that way? What is it? Kudastha asangam atmanam. Kutastha. You've seen Kutastha. It came in 12th chapter, what does he say? What is the verse?
Ksharam anideshyam avyaktam paryupasate.
Kutastam achalam kutastam achintyam chaiva achalam dhruvam. So these are the nature of Brahman is said. So there kutastha, the word is used for Brahman. What is it? Nature of the kuta. What is kutastha? Kuta iva staha. Kuta iva stitah. Or kute stitah. Kuta means anvil. An anvil does not change even when it is beaten up by the blacksmith, on which it is lot of beating takes place, but the anvil does not change. So changeless nature. The negative meaning is kuta means maya. Kuta means that which is deceitful. But as a substratum of the maya, what stays is called kutastha. That is another meaning. As the very adhara of kuta is kutastha. Or we can say directly kutastha means that changeless presence. So kutastha asangam atmanam, this atman which is asangaha, kutastha. Kutastha asangam atmanam, kutastha asangam atmanam, jagatvena karoti yaha, karoti sa. It makes the kutastha atma creator of this world. Maya transforms, creator of this world. And what way he creates it? By himself. What is Upadana Karana of this world? Upadana as well as Nimitta Karana are not two things. Vedanta understands that there are no Upadana Karana, something else. God created the world. How? From matter. How was the matter created? Why does it matter? It matters a lot to us. How did he create the world? So, understanding is, he himself. So, Jagata, so he says, Jagatvena, Atmanam Jagatvena Karoti. It makes the Atman itself transform itself to become the world. Bhagusyam praja yeyeti satabhotat pita satavat saptva sarvam asrijata. From here. So, in other words, Maya is making the Kutastha Atma, which is unattached, as to appear as the world. Kutastha asangam atmanam jagatvena karoti sa. Maya transformed the immutable Kutastha, the ever associationless Atman, phenomenally into the form of the universe. And using the power of consciousness, Chitapasas Swarupena, from the reflection of consciousness, which is the nature of Brahman, from that reflection of consciousness, he creates two things. Jiva Ishau Api Nirmame. It creates not only the inert world by the Upadana Karana, which is of Brahman, but it also creates two things of those who are experiencer of this world and ruler of this world. Jiva and Isha. Jiva Isho api nirmame, nirmanam karoti sa. Because if there is a field, there must be an experiencer of the field. Not only experiencer of the field, one controls the field also. So Jiva, Jagat or Ishwar, ye sab Maya. Oh, so in one form is Jagat, the inert world. On the other side, the conscious Jiva and the conscious Ishvara. Jiva being the experiencer and Ishvara being the controller of that experiencer. And what is experienced world? So experienced world is created and experiencer of the world is created and the controller of the world is created. This is how the Maya has brought in the what is not possible. That is why it is called Agatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. Agatita means impossible. Gatana, to make it possible. Patiyasi means expert. An expert she is who could create or make an impossible possible. So as we start to understand, try to understand Maya, we come to know slowly, cannot be understood. What it can do, what it can do cannot be understood. When it will do, it cannot, how you cannot understand. Neither you can know how it does, why it does, what it does. So that is why it is said, Kutastha Sangam Asangam Atmanam Jagatvena Karoti Sa Chidabhasa Swarupena Jiva Ishau Api Nirmame. It creates the, see, by the reflection of consciousness, it is able to make both Jiva and Ishvara possible. Jagat, Jiva, and Ishvara. All the three. That's what makes our world and our present experience is only these three. Me, world, and God. 3 minus 1 is 1. You know that, no? If Jiva is there, Jagat is there, Ishvara is there, these three are good. If Ishvara you remove, where does the Jagat come from? If Jagat is not there, who's the Jiva then? What does he do? So you remove one, you will find you are in trouble. Remove, then okay, Ishvara is removed, Jagat cannot be there. Jagat you remove, Ishvara cannot be there. Because Ishvara is Ishvara only when there is a creator, is a creator only when there is creation. Jiva is removed. Why does Bhagavan create the world then? For what? Nobody to experience. So it has to be interconnected, all the three. Why I'm saying this is, from the standpoint of all other religious precepts, you will find creation and God are two independent things. Creation is not God. Creation is independent of God. After having created the world, seventh day, rest. Seventh day Adventism. So all of you take rest on Sunday. Right. So Gurudev used to say Sunday is where sun doesn't take rest. Why are you taking rest? Sunday, okay, Sunday, sun says, Acha, chalo, aaj rest longer. That's not possible. So in the case of Semitic religious concepts, where the creation is independent of God, then you think about it. If Ishvara is not there, how does it matter? Word is there, no? Let God create and go. Let God. Let God will let go. Let him be there. Let us enjoy. Because that is the case of all the materialistic people who were created. How does it matter to us? The world is there. No. So for them, there is no need for God to be around. You've done your work, you move. No, but that is not the case where Vedanta says that the world cannot be, the effect cannot be without the cause. And cause is not away from the effect. Gold and golden necklace cannot be two different things. It has to be the same. Where the gold necklace is, there itself is the gold. If you come to say that no, God created out of something, you have to prove what it is that. What is that? Who created that matter? The matter has not come from the Lord. Then you tell me where that's come from. Godfather? God का भी बाप है ना उसका. This is, this, you cannot go further on this. What to do? That they don't think of that much. So here, Maya had created, or not created, had made the God appear as this world. The inert world is also his presence, as well as the one who is experiencing Jiva, and one who is the one who controls the all experiences and the experiencer, Ishvara. So this is how. Okay. Oh, time is there now, sorry. Kutastam anupatritya karoti jagadadikam durgate kavidayinyam mayayam ka chamatkritihi kutastam anupatritya karoti jagadadikam durgate kavidayinyam mayayam ka chamatkritihi. Upadrava means trouble. Anupadritya, or here, anupadritya means not troubling, not disturbing. Whom? Kutastam anupadritya. Without disturbing Brahman, it does that. You know, when snake appearance takes place in the rope is not disturbed by that. Rope says, oh my God, why is the snake is on me? The rope is not disturbed by the snake. So even though Jagat is seen to be there by everyone, but the substratum called Brahman is undisturbed by that, unchanged by that. Unlike Parinamavada, Arambhavada. The Parinamavada is where, which is like the milk becoming curd, etc. That is Parinama, changed. It's not in the same condition. You cannot go back. But whereas in the case of Arambhavada, that is the case of all the Semitic religion, created from something. He's created and he ran away. It is like a book we have in India, book called How to Start a Bal Vihar and Run. No, actual meaning, how to start a Bal Vihar and run the Bal Vihar. Not you run away from the. How to start a Bal Vihar and run. Gurudev used to make a joke whenever that book was. You know what this book means? How to start a Bal Vihar. You run from there. So, whereas the Vivartavada means Vividam Vartate. It appears to be the variety, even though there is only one. That is Jagat. Jagat, variety is appearance, one appearing as many. That is Vivartavada, that is Vedanta. It is not Aramba, it is not Parinama. So here, Kutastam Anupadritya, without disturbing the Kutastam. Karoti Jagadadikam, it creates everything. Jagat, Jiva, Ishvara. Jagadadika means all others. They create the world plus all experiencer of the world also. And that is the reason why we say Durgataeka Vida, Durgata Eka Vidayinya. It is. Durgata means impossible. That which is impossible looks possible. Eka Vidayinyam. Durgata Eka Vidayinyam. Mayayam cha chamatkriti. This is a chamatkara. This is a wonderful power of Maya. Without disturbing the cause, a effect has to appear as real. So that if an effect is appearing to be so real until you question it. This is how the Mayavi also does, no? The magician also does the same thing. When he does that, you will have, my God, how did... So I saw somebody send me one link where there is a road where everybody is sitting there. And suddenly one person brings a box, takes a box and puts it on the floor, right? And he goes inside, disappears. Then you take the box, there is nobody there. How is that possible? On stage, they can do such things. So, therefore, when you look at it, just cannot understand how is that ever would be possible. Uncut, which we are making you see what they want you to see, only that much. Other things are obscured. So here also, without disturbing the kutastam anupadritya karoti, and that is the power of Maya, durgata eka visayinya. Durgata means that is impossible. Ghatanam means possible. Durgata eka vidayinyam, by the one which is making it singularly, it by itself it is doing it. So therefore it is considered as the most ununderstandable. Now, tell me, is it this a borrowed nature or its own nature? This power of Maya to make things possible which are impossible. What is it? How is it? So now the examples are given to illustrate this. Dravatya mutake vaknau Oshnyam Katinyamashmani Mayaya Durgatatvam cha Swatasidhyati nanyataha Dravattvamudage Bhaknau Oshnyam Katinyamashmani Mayaya Durgatatvam cha Swadasidhyati nanyataha. Udake Dravatvam. Udake in the water, liquidity. And Ushna, Vaknau Oshnyam. In the fire, the heat. Ashmani Katinyam. In the stone, the hardness. These are natural. Why water is liquid? Why fire is hot? Why rock is solid? Science can explain to the extent how it is solid, not why. How the water is liquid can be explained. Why? Tell me why. How the fire is hot? Something is burning there. How? You can understand. Why? Swabhava hai. Swabhava hai means it is inborn nature. You cannot do anything about it. That is how it is. Now, as much as we understand the water's liquidity is its swabhava, so swarupa, its nature. And also the nature of the fire is hot. The nature of the stone is hard. In the same way, Mayaya durgatatvam. Durgatatvam means the ability to make a impossible possible. That is durgatatvam. इसका स्वभाव है. मायायाः दुर्घटतम स्वदसित्यम सिद्ध्यति न अन्यथा. There is no reason to be given for this. So the making impossible possible is a natural state of Maya, and Maya, like that of the liquidity of the water, the heat in the fire, etc. So nature of a thing, you go on asking for it, and at some point of time you will say, I cannot explain any further about this. Some people are also like that, angry. Why angry? Swabhav. Why you angry? Don't ask. That is how it is. Sometimes we defend ourselves. That is my swabhav. What are you going to do? Don't ask me to change. It's swabhav. Like here, mayayaha durgatatvam cha swadasiddhyati. Its own nature. Na anyata. It is not caused by anything else. That is the reason why it is, anirvachaniya. Isn't it? That's what you said earlier. Anirvachaniya. Now, because as we start inquiring into Maya, it is not only anirvachaniya, ascharya. ये क्या है? So you have to accept and move forward. If you keep inquiring, you will not get an answer. How much ever you try to find out, it will keep moving in, it will dilly-dally you, and then you will never be able to discover it. Mamaya Durate, why Bhagavan so clearly has said this? You will not understand this. Yoga Maya Samavrata. My nature cannot be known because, in general, people moga asha, moga karmana, moga jnana achetasaha. They cannot, those who do not accept and understand. So, durgatatvam mayayaha cha swadasiddhyati na anyataha. It is not for any other reason. We'll see one more. Naveti loko yavattam sakshatva chama sakshatavachamatkritim datte manasi paschatu mayai satyupashamyati naveti loko yavattam sakshatavachamatkritim datte manasi paschatu maye shetyupashamyati. Yavat, so long as. Yavat what? Lokaha. Lokaha here should be understood as Purushaha Sadhakaha. Yavat Lokaha Tam. Tam means, Tam is written, Tam is written there. Tam?
Yes,
So here in this version it is Tam. Is it Tam or Tam? Tam. Raswa or Dirga? Raswa. Who has Dirga? PDF Tam. Okay, both will explain. Tam Ishwaram Yavat Naveti. So long as one does not understand the Ishvaraha, the Lord, why should one understand the Lord? Because, as we saw, it is that which is a substratum of Maya. Isn't it? We've seen that. Aswatantra hi maya syat. Why? Aprateti. Aprateti vina chitim. So it does not appear without the presence of consciousness. So therefore, lokaha, here sadhakaha, yavat tam naveti. So long as the sadhaka does not know about the one who is behind the whole thing, tam Vishwaram sakshat naveti. Second one is sakshat, sakshat tavat, sakshat naveti. Then tavat, until that point, chamat kritimim datte manasi. Manasi chamat kritim datte. Maya datte. Maya will continue to create the chamatkar. So long as you do not know Ishvara clearly, she will continue the chamatkar. You cannot. So there is a way of coming out of Maya is only by knowing who is behind this. If you know the magician, you know the magic. Then you go to become apprentice to the magician. अरे चलो मुझे सीखो ना, मुझे सीखना है, क्या ऐसे करते हो? So you go there and become apprentice, and he will not teach everything to you. Certain things he will trick you, will tell you. This is how it is. Then you sit in the audience. I know exactly. You are not surprised. You don't. It's like third time you are watching the same movie. It's a detective crime movie. This guy, appears to be so innocent. Other people say, don't tell, no. I want to enjoy the whole thing, and you are telling me. So the Mahatmas are quite simply watching. Others are getting excited about it. After some time will come down, don't worry about it. Krishna is so calm and quite collected. I know what's going to happen. So tam Ishwaram yavat sakshat na janati. Tavat shamatkaram. Shamatkritim manasi datte maya. Now you put tam. Mayam na sakshat na janati. You do not understand Maya clearly. How it is operating with the support of this Atman. So you can put tam also is correct. You can say tam mayam naveti sakshat lokaha naveti tavat chamatkritim maya datte manasi. It will create such a confusion and such an amount of, ascharya, astonishment, bewilderment, confusion, delusion, everything. So, when you take the first case of tam Ishwaram or tam Maya, whatever be it, paschat jnatva, when you know what it is, or know Ishvara who is behind this, Maya, what happens? Maya upashamyati. Ishat upashamyati. At once it will settle down, calm down. It cannot do anything further. Paschad jnanad urdhvam maya upashamyati. Kutra manasi. The same mind which was creating a havoc there. After you know it, what happens? So it still continues for all others, but not for a jnani. This is what he said. Jnani looks at it as cham. It's not there. But Still, those who do not know or those who are still not clear about it, questioning it, they will get completely confused and disturbed. And those people who are caught in that never know how to come out of it, but then they consider that's what it is. Paschat meaning jnanadurtvam maya ishat pashamyati. It will at once settle down. No longer it can be anymore disturbing that person any further. So this is the beauty of it. So now slowly, slowly Vidyaranyaji, what he does, let us move into understanding how Maya is separated by Ishvara. Let's understand Ishvara clearly. Let's see it in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyat Dukkam Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha.